Hey, deserving listeners, couples therapy, let's watch.
Third child, Josh met someone and they became very, very close. And it came out that he was having an inappropriate relationship with her. And I was pregnant. That felt like the rug had been pulled out from underneath me. Half of me was like, I'm not going to have this baby to spite you.
Yeah, that's got to be rough, right? You're already scared or struggling, and you have a lot of worries and needs, physical and emotional, during pregnancy, and then you find out that, so she says an inappropriate, I'm guessing that's emotional infidelity, mostly. I'm just trying to read between the lines. It doesn't really matter. And so she was really upset.
The other half of me was like, I have to save my family. I can't bring in another child because there's all this chaos going on and this is the right thing to do. And then
it's like
it was extreme. I did it at home with a pill. It was very painful.
Wait, what? I think she's talking, what did she say?
I did it at home with a pill. It was very painful. And then the doctor gave me Percocet. And then I got addicted to Percocet.
Okay. Wow. A lot to unpack there. So she had an abortion and is saying that because of the pain, she went on Percocet. She got addicted to Percocet. I'm guessing that today they wouldn't prescribe Percocet. There's a lot less. The pendulum has swung. There was a time not too long ago where doctors were just handing them out like candy. And there were a lot of reasons for that. One was the pharmaceutical company, particularly the companies that were making opiates, were being very aggressive about their marketing because there was such a high profit margin. And they were, the pills were flying off the shelves, partially because a lot of people are experiencing pain, but also because a lot of people were becoming addicted. And because it can numb emotional pain as well. She is talking about that. Whereas today, for a lot of good reasons, it's a lot harder, sometimes too hard. But anyway, I don't know. But she is saying that the motivation to terminate the pregnancy was partially because she wanted to get back at Josh and partially because she was not wanting to bring in another child into the chaos of their marriage, of their family. And that's a huge strength of hers to admit that. A lot of people wouldn't admit that, right? To anyone, even themselves. But she's admitting it to him, to her, to us. Whereas I'm also worried that people would judge her for that. We have dark thoughts. It doesn't make it okay. We don't know ultimately what the motivation was, right? But it's her body, so she can make that choice. But I wonder what all that entails. I would want to know, just to know the landscape emotionally between the two of them. Did it have to do with that? What percentage did it have to do with revenge against Josh or trying to hurt him somehow? It would not be the first time that something like that has happened. And I wouldn't be looking to drill down on that particular incident. I would just be trying to assess overall the way that she reacts to things like that. Of course, being upset and being disillusioned and not wanting or questioning whether or not you should bring another child, that's all rational, normal stuff. Well, all of it's normal. But I would want to know, when she is threatened attachment-wise, what is her tendency? Does she tend to want to get revenge? Does she tend to react very strongly? And and maybe all of those strong feelings were completely within normal limits and understandable, but maybe not. Hard to say.
And I crashed my car in a tree a block away from our house. Like, it was just a terrible, terrible time.
Okay, so I think what we're hearing is that due to over-intoxication on the Percocets, she passed out or was so intoxicated that she crashed the car. Yeah, and good for her for being able to talk about it. A lot of people wouldn't.
It just feels like so fucked up. I don't know. It's just like we haven't really talked about it like this. We have not really talked about it.
Huh. That's interesting. That makes sense from his end. But I think what we're hearing is that she also will sweep things under the rug. He seems like a sweeper, but she doesn't. But I think that's just because she's in therapy and she's crossed the Rubicon even before coming to therapy. She's like, we got to talk about stuff. And it really illuminates that question that he asked in the lobby before the first session. So are we going to talk about everything? Because I was thinking that she normally does talk about everything. But I think what he was asking was, so do you want to talk? Because you normally also, both of us agree that we just will sweep things under the rug. So that's what it sounds like. Yeah, well, they have found the perfect therapist because she is good at unearthing those things and looking at them and being non-judgmental, which is, I think, what they need.
Let's.
Well,
I was so angry at Josh because I then had to go through losing a child again.
All right, let's take a break here for now. The rest of this video will be for members of the YouTube channel. So if you're not a member, click the join button below and you'll be able to see this whole episode. And there's like, I don't know, 100 or 200 other episodes that are just for members, including a lot of couples therapy. Otherwise, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.